Now, Round Ball Wrap on KEZI 9 News.
Well, it's not quite the year 1976. We're not Thin Lizzy, but nonetheless, the boys are back in town. Yes, indeed. Welcome to another great edition of Round Ball Wrap. Andrew Hobner alongside Robbie Fueling. We got high school hoops and a little bit more tonight as well.
That's right, Andrew. Stay tuned because we're going to take a deep dive in tonight's Civil War matchup, but that comes a little later.
Yes, it does. Before we get to that, let's start in high school with a story on one Sheldon senior overcoming injury adversity not once, not twice, but 3 times.
I have a point of reference for a kid that anytime anything gets bad or tough, that I can always refer to Cammie as an example of it's never too tough. You know, you can do it.
Sheldon girls basketball coach Brian Brancato has been with this group of seniors since their middle school days, and that includes seeing all of senior Cammie Walk's injuries.
7th grade. Second happened my freshman year, and third happened actually last April.
3 torn ACLs, first to the right knee, then to the left, and then the right again. But her family, her trainers, and girl's best friend were present through all 3 recoveries.
My dog was like my best friend during the time. You know, when I had to stay home from school, she was always there, like laying with me and stuff.
Also there for everything, her current head coach, who has been a constant.
I feel like he's kind of like a second dad to me. He's always he's been my coach through every injury, and so he's definitely instilled a lot of confidence in me.
She's maintained her role as a leader throughout the entire time, whether she's been on the floor or not, which is another attribute that I think is special about her.
It was those attributes that Coach Brancato talks about that helped Cammie at particularly difficult moments, especially that 3rd diagnosis.
Third time was definitely a lot harder, pretty devastating. Sorry. Knowing that you've worked so hard to come back from the last 2 and having it happen a 3rd time, it was pretty rough, but things like that in life come up, and you just really have to use what you have and push through it.
But now a senior, Walk has not only been Sheldon's biggest supporter on the bench, she's been a huge addition right at the end of the season.
I don't think any other kid that I've met could do what she's done with the grace and persistence that she has. To see somebody deal with the adversity she's dealt with, the way she's dealt with it, and then to meet and exceed all the expectations on top of the injuries has been a special thing for, I think, everybody who knows her.
A profile in perseverance, and someone Coach Brancato will always hold in high regard. Reporting in Eugene, Andrew Hobner, KEZI 9 Sports.
That's just a great story of how to overcome adversity, and Walk will be a big piece for the Irish moving forward. Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely. A great story. Cammie Walk, an excellent person to profile this week. And tonight was our game of the week. Sheldon at home against Grants Pass on senior night. First quarter, Irish inbounding under the hoop, and right on cue, Cammie Walk buries the 3. Sheldon with the early lead. A lot of players contributed for this Irish team, including Harley Sowers. This one of a handful of 3s that she hit. Now to the 3rd, Irish extending this lead as they did so many times over the course of this game. Michaela Skurlock, who we profiled earlier in the year, cuts backdoor for the pull-up J. Irish cruise past Grants Pass 58-36.
Sticking with girls 6A, South Eugene on the road facing North Medford. South Eugene with the rock. Hannah Stein gets into the teeth of the defense, sinks that jumper. On the other end, Savannah Weaver cuts her way inside the lane, gets it to go through the contact. Axe would have an answer though. Aubrey Lewis. She's going to finish right here in the lane. Easy money layup. South Eugene extends the lead. Axe win 39-27.
All right, so we'll keep it going. 6A girls hoops. Roseburg going into South Medford. This one got out of hand in a hurry, folks. Ula Chamberlain breaks away from the pack. Wide open layup. You thought you finished seeing her? No. It is Chamberlain again. She drives baseline with the quickness. This one, all South Medford. Panthers in transition. Tony Coleman, a buffet. Everybody's eating. Everyone's invited. They got barbecue, and Roseburg never got in a rhythm. They fall to South Medford. 103-233. Robbie.
Boys 6A hoops, North Medford, Black Tornado, and the South Eugene Axe. First quarter, Axe coming out to play. Check out the pass right here to Aiden Clark with the slam, dunks it, and we might see that play a little bit later, Andrew. A couple possessions later, Check out the ball movement from the Tornado. Victor Burnell pulls up, and that's drained from deep. South Medford takes the lead with that sink. Then here comes Cole McInich weaving his way inside the paint. That's a pretty finish. Game went into OT, but South Eugene would get the home dub 62-56 over North Medford. And in 6A boys play, Roseburg gets their 14th win of the year over South Medford 65-53. We still got a little bit more on our plate before we get to the Civil War.
Yeah, that's right. 5A highlights on the way, so let's get going, shall we? Oregon coaches in the house to watch one Nate Biddle. And how could you not over the course of this year? But his Comet teammates would be the stars of the night. Off the inbound, Hunter Chubb to Blake Eaton. Goes long. Hail Mary for the bucket. But Springfield and head coach Eric Orton, they drew up some gems too. Marcel Smith to Kenson Smith. Hit him with a little bit of an okey doke. Marcel Hilder, excuse me. Just want to make sure we get all the names right. A wide open layup, and then how about this from Zach Brown? Not the band. Fools Biddle. That boy likes his chicken fried. Instead of 13 number one hits, Brown had 26 points. Biddle had 19. Springfield wins 59-58. Now more scores from the boys' 5A Midwestern League. Willamette beats North Eugene 64-51. While Thurston's game against Eagle Point was postponed due to weather, they're going to be making it up down there next Wednesday. Now girls' 5A Midwestern play. Springfield going for the sweep over Crater. This one a close one too. Third quarter, and how about this? Rebecca Durbin, we've seen this movie before, drills the three, Millers lead by 4, but here comes Crater. Madison Dukowitz knocks down the 3 of her own to give the Comets a 2-point lead moving to the second. Durbin driving, kicks it. Emma McKinney hits from long range. Millers sweep the Comets 37-26, your final.
And here's some girls' 5A Midwestern League scores. Willamette drops to North Eugene 48-39. And same goes for Thurston girls, and as boys, their game against Eagle Point has been postponed. In girls 5A, Mid-Willamette, Lebanon knocks off West Albany 59-41, while South Albany still looking for their first league win after losing 55-34 to Central. And Crescent Valley blows by Dallas. Final score of that one, 50-22. 5A Mid-Willamette boys, Crescent Valley blows out Dallas 72-38, while South Albany lost a close one to Central. Final score of that one there, 54-47. And one final score here, West Albany gets a big 20-point win over Lebanon, 63-43. In girls 4A, Oregon West Sweet Home falls by 20 to Sisters. Final score of that, 43-23. And Philomath scored early and often against Newport, picking up the win 72-53.
Oh, man. Get some water, man. That was pretty good. 4A Oregon West Conference boys hoop. Sweet Home couldn't get anything going tonight. The Sisters 55-35. Philomath drops one to Newport, losing 68-58. I hope you got that water in.
In 3A, Brookings Harbor keeping their season alive, beating St. Mary Medford 66-62.
First round playoffs in 2A. Oakland moving on. They knock off Central Lynn in a close one, 52-48.
Boys 1A Skyline teams in the playoffs, and Days Creek sends North Douglas packing. Wolves win 43-35.
And in girls 1A Skyline League, Days Creek still alive in the playoffs. They beat Pacific 62-39. They'll get North Douglas in the next round.